It's the Neighborhood Connect Show. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Joyce and Paul knocking at your door.
KUDZUKIAN.
Here we go. It's the Neighborhood Connect Show.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Neighborhood Connect podcast show. My name is Joyce Cox, and I am the manager of the Office of Communications and Civic Engagement, and I am here with the best director in the city of Memphis, Director Paul Young.
Hello, Joyce. How's everything going?
It's going good. There's so much excitement in the air.
A lot of excitement in the air, and I'm excited about today's podcast. Excited to have this dialogue today. It's been a while since we've done a podcast, and we're excited to be back recording, and we're going to try to make it a little more timely this season.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to make sure that all of the public have a good time listening to what we have to bring to the table. So today we're excited to have this podcast because we're going to be talking about MLK50 as well as the Taste of Memphis, which is an event that's coming up on April 6th. And with us today, we have the president of the Civil Rights Museum, Ms. Terri Freeman. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here.
Glad to have you. And we also have Ms. Shirley Cobbins, who's the vice president of Client and External Relations for Universal Commercial. That's just one of the titles that she holds. And we'll be talking to her during the second half of the podcast. So you want to just dive right in.
Sure.
Ms. Freeman, thanks for having us in your space today.
We're
excited to be
anytime.
here at the Civil Rights Museum. Now, I know you are relatively tired nowadays. You got a lot of stuff going on.
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. It's all good.
Good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what MLK50 means for the city and what it means for the Civil Rights Museum? Why is it important that we commemorate this historic event?
Well, 50 years ago, what occurred here at the Lorraine Motel was certainly considered not just a tragedy here in Memphis, but internationally, globally. We lost who was seen as the greatest peacemaker in modern history. While even in that year, Dr. King was not as beloved as he had been because of the stances that he was taking at that time. The loss was severe and very significant. So it's important for us to remember that moment. And I also do think that as time goes by, people remember history a lot differently than it actually occurred. But I think having an opportunity at this moment, 50 years later, to say, okay, 50 years is a significant amount of time. We're talking a half a century. What has happened over that time, given who this man was, what he stood for, and frankly, the reason why he was here in Memphis? What has happened with regard to the ideals and the goals and the values that he had and stood for in that 50-year time frame? So our hope is that we can help people think about what this moment means and where we really need to move forward. So that's why we've chosen the theme, where do we go from here? Not our words, not my words, but Dr. King's words, as it was the title of his final book, Where Do We Go From Here, Chaos or Community? And so while we didn't add on the chaos or community part of it, it is a part of the question. What do we want? Do we want to build community, or do we want to sow chaos? And I think that as we are, looking at this moment, we can say, sure, progress has certainly been achieved, but is it commensurate with the 50 years of time that has passed by? And I think data show us that no, it's not commensurate with the amount of time that has passed by. So what are we going to do about it? I mean, we could sit here and we can wallow in the issues, or we can figure out how we're going to move forward so that, frankly, 20 years from now, 25 years from now, Lord forbid, 50 years from now, we are not having this same conversation.
Yeah, we just got to work together better. Community, neighborhoods, what you're doing here at the Civil Rights Museum, the city, we just got to pull it together and all of us work together. I thought about how when Martin Luther King was here and they were arm in arm with one common goal and saying, okay, this is the goal, and we're going to stay focused on what that goal is. So when you say community, and that's what we're all about, we want to work with the community. We want to build people. And I think Dr. King was a builder.
I do think it's important to recognize, though, that while the goal was always the same, there were different methods of reaching that goal.
Exactly.
So arm in arm with him was Stokely Carmichael, who did not necessarily profess the same approach as Dr. King, but they loved each other and they were both working toward the same goal. So I think we have to be open to the fact that all paths can lead to the same point, but it might not be the same path that everybody is on.
I 100% agree with that. I think that oftentimes we get caught up in arguing and debating about the approach, and I think it's valid. We should also always have those conversations, but I think sometimes we get stuck on whether our approach is the right way, and I think we as a community and as a nation need to figure out how we can put a flag in the ground and say that's where we want to go. That's the goal.
Right.
And let's try all of these different ways, because there's no one way that's going to resolve the challenges that we have. You know, as an agency, we work in the housing space. Our goal is to improve the quality of housing for the city and the residents, but without addressing things like education.
Exactly.
Things like jobs. You can build the most beautiful house.
Exactly.
But if you don't help the family that's going into that house, then 20 years, you're going to have the exact same conditions that you have today.
And each of us know, within our own families. Yeah, I always ask people, so how much does it take for you to raise your child to be a human being, right? So why do we think that for people who are poor, that it's going to take less? In fact, it should take more, right? So I do think that we have to recognize that there are many paths to get to the goal, and we have to be open to the fact that it might not necessarily look like it's the direction that I would take, but if it helps us get to the end point, then let's go with it.
This is Neighborhood Connect, and we're at the National Civil Rights Museum, and we will be back.
It's a Taste of Memphis time. Neighborhoods commemorating MLK50.
Friday, April 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. We will have entertainment, food trucks, children activities, Cirque Rodeo, and neighborhood booths displaying their greatness.
A Taste of Memphis time, Friday, April 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. For more info, go to memphishcd.org or call 901-636-6986.
And it's gonna be the bomb diggity.
DC of that funky politics fame, we got a brand new show. It's called The Best in Blue. Will cover your Memphis Police Department and how they work to keep us safe day and night. Best in Blue on the KUDZUKIAN Network.
Neighborhood Connect.
This is the Neighborhood Connect podcast show, and we're live at the National Civil Rights Museum. And with President Terri Freeman, there is some excitement. You want to tell us about what's going to be happening in April, because in my words, it's going to be the bomb diggity.
So we are just about 2 weeks out or so, and we are really looking forward to a programming that we hope makes people think. That's what we really want people to do. We want them to think, and then we want them to act. So on April 2nd and 3rd, we are hosting a 2-day symposium that we're partnering with the University of Memphis on, University of Memphis Law School, I should say. And the first day will actually be held at the Peabody Hotel. The second day will be on the main campus of the university. I have to say that the first day is sold out. We have space at the second day still, but the first day is already sold out. And at this symposium, we'll be dealing with issues that really Dr. King was talking about when he came here to Memphis in 1968. And then on the 4th, which is the actual anniversary of the event, we will have a day of remembrance here at the National Civil Rights Museum. We will be outside in the courtyard all day. We'll have a variety of speakers and edutainment, as I like to say, opportunities for people to talk about what's been happening over the course of those 50 years. And then at about 3:15, we will begin our 601 commemoration service, and our keynote speaker is the Reverend Michael Flager from St. Sabina Church in Chicago. We will also have Reverend William Barber, who will be speaking, in addition to a lot of other people. So I'm just telling folks, there's going to be a lot of talking at this event, but there's going to be also some other very interesting, moving pieces of this commemoration. And at 6:01, which is the time that the shot was fired here in Memphis, we will have a bell tolling. Claiborne Temple is actually moving their bell to the National Civil Rights Museum, and we will toll the bell 39 times for the number of years that Dr. King lived. At 6:03, the bells will start to toll throughout the city of Memphis, and at 6:05, they will start to toll throughout the country, and then at 6:07, they will go internationally. And I'm pleased to say that we know that we have the country of Germany has signed on for the bell tolling, and we have 60 sites at least across the country right now that are participating, including the National Cathedral, the Old North Church in Boston, where Paul Revere headed out from, as well as schools like UC Berkeley, Tennessee State. We've got a lot of great schools that are going to be a part of this, and churches. And then following that event, we will have our closing event, which is the evening of storytelling. And that will be an opportunity for our 20th century civil rights icons to have conversations with our 21st century new movement makers. So we will have all of them telling their story. So you'll have John Lewis alongside Bree Newsom and Tammy Sawyer talking about what he did, what they are doing, and why they're doing it. We think it's going to be a lovely way to end the commemoration.
Well, I really thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule. I know that you have a lot of things going on, and this is going to be important for the city. The eyes of the world will literally be on the city of Memphis, and we applaud all the things that the National Civil Rights Museum has been doing to coordinate this work.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining us, and we're looking forward to spending some time with you over the next couple of weeks.
All right.
Well,
thank you very much.
You and I can do our podcast show from the Civil Rights Museum during that time. What do you think?
We'll try. If they'll let us in. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. This is Neighborhood Connect at the National Civil Rights Museum, and we will join you shortly.
R&R on sports, artivism, best in blue, funky politics, blues in the basement, neighborhood connect, riffing on jazz on the KUDZUKIAN Network.
KUDZUKIAN!
It's a Taste of Memphis time. Neighborhoods commemorating MLK50.
Friday, April 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. We will have entertainment, food trucks, children activities, Cert Rodeo, and neighborhood booths displaying their greatness.
A Taste of Memphis time, Friday, April 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. For more info, go to memphishcd.org or call 901-636-6986.
And it's gonna be the bomb diggity.
Neighborhood Connect.
We're back with the Neighborhood Connect podcast live at the National Civil Rights Museum. And right now we have with us Miss Shirley Cobbins, who's the Vice President of Client and External Relations for Universal Commercial. She's also has a number of other hats, has done a lot of work with the National Civil Rights Museum over the past 20 years, community leader, has done a lot of work with HCD and helping to coordinate the NUSA Neighborhood USA Conference in the past,
right,
as well as the upcoming Taste of Memphis, which will be held on Tiger Lane on April 6th. So we'll get into some of that. So welcome, Ms. Cobbins. How you doing?
Good morning, and thank you very much. I'm very happy and proud to be a part of this podcast and to share with you some of my experiences of being a member of a Taste of Memphis committee.
That's right. And it's going to be what? The bomb diggity.
All right. So many people may or may not know that the Taste of Memphis this year is going to be one of the official programs for the MLK50. It's an opportunity for neighborhoods to connect, and I can't say it as eloquently as Joyce says, so I'm going to let her talk about the neighborhood aspect. So what do the neighborhoods get?
Well, the neighborhoods get 1 table, 2 chairs, and 4 hours to celebrate their greatness. Now, this year, we're commemorating MLK50, and it's all about the neighborhoods, talking about how great they are, where they want to go, and how the city of Memphis is just the best city in the nation. We have our challenges, sure, but we are the best city in the nation. Would you not agree?
I most thoroughly agree with you, ma'am. It's the bomb diggity.
Yes!
But let me give you just a little bit more information about a Taste of Memphis. It's going to be held April the 6th from 5 to 10 at Tiger Lane. We'll start the festivities with a parade that's going to be led by our director, Mr. Paul Young. We'll have a parade that'll consist of Oak Haven High School Band, Lucy Campbell Elementary School Drumline, dancers and step team, people holding signs with the different saying of Dr. King, and Corvettes and Camaros. And the director, Mr. Paul Young, will be our master of ceremony.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Learning things today.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you.
It's all right. Yeah, I can handle that.
Okay, we're going to do a few more things, Mr. Young.
Yes.
We're going to have 11 food trucks.
11 food, that's right.
All right, we're going to have over 100 booth spaces for vendors and neighborhoods. Your neighborhood needs to be included. I could name them off, and I got about 6 of them.
Name them all.
All right, Caritas Village. We have Raleigh. We have Frazier. We have Chickasaw. We have Parkway Village. We have Hickory Hill. We have Oak Haven. We have Whitehaven. We have Westwood. We have South Memphis. And a few more that I can't call their names right at this second. But we're looking to have all of these communities represented. They'll have table displays, and businesses should come out and get a vendor booth, to explain your services to the community. And we're going to have fun, food, and fellowship.
That's right.
Fellowship. I think that's a key part of this event. I think the reason that we wanted to tie this to MLK50 is because it's in the spirit of building community. What we need to do as a city and as a nation is find ways to connect to other people, improve the social capital, political capital in our neighborhoods, and this is an opportunity for us to do that. Our hope is that I think last year we had about 99 neighborhoods that represented and set up tables. We want to top that this year. So if you're listening and you know people in your neighborhood that are organizing block clubs, neighborhood groups, any groups that serve their their community around them. We want you represented because people need to know about the resources and activities that your groups are bringing to the table. And oftentimes people think that resources means money.
Exactly.
And that's but one of the resources that are needed to help our community. So I thank you for stepping up and helping lead the way on this.
Now, this is an event for the whole family.
That's right.
We're going to have inflatables, cornhole, basketball, entertainment all day. And that parade is going to be very festive and colorful. And it will be representative of our neighborhoods here in the city. Now, one thing that we're doing this year as a inaugural project is the HCD poster contest for children 5 to 18 years to commemorate MLK Jr. The art from the children of the community, they will be given awards, and then they will be displayed in the Hall of Mayors.
Exactly.
That's great. So this is going to be, how can people get involved? If you want to have your child create a poster, or one of the kids listening wants to create a poster and enter it into the competition, how would they be able to do that?
There are two ways to do that. One is through the Shelby County school system with the art director or the art teacher there, or they can do it through their block association or their neighborhood association. They can bring it there, and then it'll be brought to us, and then we'll be judged. One of the things that I want to discuss with you, or to tell you about, is that Art Memphis is very involved in our project, A Taste of Memphis. I think that you'll find over the years, through their ABC panels and the Tennessee Arts Commission, that our funding goes to all communities, not just one or two, but throughout. And they are going to give, offering us giveaways to Taste of Memphis attendees. Giveaways such as tickets to their weekend event, cookbooks, and tickets to other events they will have.
This is the Neighborhood Connect podcast at the National Civil Rights Museum, and we will be right back. It's a Taste of Memphis time. Neighborhoods commemorating MLK50.
Friday, April 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. We will have entertainment, food trucks, children activities, CERT rodeo, and neighborhood booths displaying their greatness.
A Taste of Memphis time, Friday, April 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. For more info, go to memphishcd.org or call 901-636-6986.
And it's gonna be the bomb diggity.
Hey, this is your guy, DC. Funky Politics. We're back. A brand new season, brand new shows, brand new guests. We're going to do it just right. Right here on the KUDZUKIAN Network.
It's the Neighborhood Connect Show.
Every man has a place. In his heart there's a space. And the world can't erase his fantasies. Take a ride in the sky on a ship.
This is Neighborhood Connect. We're back here live at the National Civil Rights Museum. We're here with Ms. Cobbins and talking about the Taste of Memphis, which will take place on April 6th at Tiger Lane. Ms. Cobbins, what are you most excited about for this event?
I tell you, I am most excited about all of the entertainment that we're going to have from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. It'll be something for everyone.
Yes, and we'll start off with Gwen Turner. And Gwen is known for singing with the angelic voices. We'll have Shakita Monique, Samuel Generation, and that's from Olivet Church. We'll have Gerald Richardson and Karen Brown and the one and only Tamara Jones Munger. She'll be there that night. So we look forward to all, and I may even sing.
All right.
Okay.
I've been hearing about that angelic voice.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
Yes, I may, as Tina Turner says, shake a tail feather.
All right. Well, if you're listening, you know you got to come out and see that.
Yes.
So as we close, I just kind of reflect on all of the work that's happening across the city, and I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the impact of Heritage Trail. Felicia Harris, which works with Housing and Community Development, has done a great job leading that effort with a host of other stakeholders from across the city. Heritage Trail obviously is about embracing the cultural influence that this city, and in particular this part of downtown, has had on the history of this city. And many of the things that we're going to see happen during this April 4th commemoration can be directly attributed to the work that's taken place with Heritage Trail, including Universal Life, which there will be a grand opening of sorts on April 5th. I Am a Man Plaza is also going to be opening up on April 5th. So there are some exciting things that have been led as a part of Heritage Trail, and so we're excited to play a role in that project. And it was just announced that we will be receiving another grant.
That's right.
In the amount of about $550,000 that'll go to support renovations at Claiborne Temple, as well as some more placemaking along the trail, so that as visitors come to experience the trail, they will be able to navigate and find their way around through signage and a new app that is going to be released in a couple of weeks. So we're excited about that, and we're excited to be a part of MLK50. Thank you all for listening today. This is Neighborhood Connect, powered by the KUDZUKIAN Network, and we're here live at the National Civil Rights Museum. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's your day, shining day, all your dreams come true.
Neighborhood Connect. Executive producer Larry Robinson for KUDZUKIAN. Neighborhood Connect is hosted by Paul Young and Joyce Cox. Recorded at the National Civil Rights Museum. Directed, produced, recorded, and distributed by KUDZUKIAN.
It's a Taste of Memphis time. Neighborhoods commemorating MLK50.
Friday, April 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. We will have entertainment, food trucks, children activities, Cert Rodeo, and neighborhood booths displaying their greatness.
A Taste of Memphis time, Friday, April 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Tiger Lane. For more info, go to memphishcd.org or call 901-636-6986.
And it's gonna be the bomb diggity.
Riffin' on jazz.
When two friends get together to kick it
about jazz, it's called Riffin' on Jazz.
Catch us riffing on jazz every week right here on your favorite broadcast or podcast platforms.
Riffin' on jazz on the KUDZUKIAN Network.
KUDZUKIAN.